Welcome to another session of INF154. So in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how this second problem should work. So you just have to read through the problem and see. So this is my solution. So I'm going to start at mean as 1, for example, then max is, so it must be an error because mean must be less than max. So now let's say I enter something like 5 or 6, then I click on submit. So let's analyze what's happening here. So your code receives mean and max, so it's going to count from mean to max. So if it's 1, it's going to be 1 2 3 4 5 6. It's going to end at 6. So you're going to use loops to do that. So when we start, we are going to check. So we start at 1. Is 1 prime? 1 is not prime. So we are going to test if 1 is odd. Yes, 1 is odd. So if that number is odd, we are going to add n stars on a list box. In this case, our n is 1. So it's going to add a single star on the list box. Then our counter will move to 2, or our n will be 2. Then we are going to check it's n prime, it's 2 prime. Yes, n is prime, so 2 is prime because it's divisible by 1 and itself only. So it's going to generate a random number from mean to the current number. In this case, our mean is 1, our current number is 2. Then and adds n hearts to the list box. Here it's an n, where n is the random number. So in this case, it's going to generate a random number from 1 to 2 and add n hearts. In this case, the random number was 1 because it generated only 1 heart, but it was added to the list box. Then we move to 3. We ask ourselves, is 3 prime? Yes, 3 is prime. So we are going to generate a random number from mean, which is 1, to the current number, which is 3. So in this case, the generated random number was 1, and we add that specific number of stars. Notice that this is random numbers. Then we move to 4. We ask ourselves, is 4 a prime number? No, 4 is not a prime number. Then we go to the otherwise if. Is 4 an odd number? No, 4 is not an odd number. This means we are going to execute the last part. So we are going to print a pattern of n rows on the I guess here I made a mistake. I have to edit this actually. It must add to a rich text box instead. So in this case, our n is 4. We are expecting 4 rows of this specific pattern, and I did a wrong pattern, but I guess you get the idea. I will just edit that quickly, but it has to generate like sort of a pattern, whether it's this one or this one. So in this case, it must be the one on the document, not the one I have. So it was just a slight mistake there. Then we move to 5. We ask ourselves, is 5 a prime number? Yes, 5 is a prime number. This means we have to generate a random number from mean, which is 1 to 5. So in this case, the random number was 4 because 4 hearts were added to the to the list box. Then we move to 6. Then we 6 is 6 prime. No, 6 is not prime. 6 is not odd. This means we have to do the pattern thing. So in this case, we got 6 rows. But for the pattern, use this pattern, not the one I have here because I made a mistake. But that's how the code should work. So yeah, that's nested loops for you. But they are not that bad, but yeah, that's how it should work.